What's good, folks? It's Kavi. How y'all doing? I wanted to inform y'all on a documentary that I've been working on with my internship. It's on lesbian labels, and the basic gist is just to kind of get into how we identify, why we identify as such, what it means to be that specific label, not just how you self-identify, but also how others see you within that label, and also to kind of talk about being young and queer, just in the outside world, business world, whatever, and how that affects your daily life. The basic labels in the community: you have a femme, a STEM, versatile, you have an aggressive femme, soft stud, aggressive stud, faggies, and then of course there's a no label, which has become a label, being a no label. So I've just kind of noticed how there's like a lot of stereotypes within our community, and it's weird because, back in the day, yeah, they had like lipstick lesbians and butches or whatever, but for the most part, that was kind of it, just it. Lesbians were lesbians. It wasn't all broken up into all these different categories. And so I really just want to get deep into why we feel the need to label ourselves. That's the biggest question, is why? Why do we all as lesbians feel the need to break ourselves up into all these like subcategories of lesbians? Like, really, what is the difference between a stud and an aggressive stud? You tell me. Because I personally, okay, you can have just a stud. Alright, so they're a stud. An aggressive stud. So they're slightly more aggressive. Okay, but it's still a lesbian. It's still a person. It's still a female. So that's kind of where the whole idea started. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get a lot of interviews, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to get it out there. So if you are at all interested in participating in the film, I'm just doing interviews. As of now, I think I have 3, maybe 4 interviews. I also need to get a lot of B-roll, but the main idea is to just have a real conversation with somebody. It's not going to be like a question answer kind of interview. I give you some questions, and it's just kind of a prompt, so you have an idea of what to talk about. But it's not going to be, how do you label yourself? I'm a stud. Why do you label yourself? Because it's not going to be in that format. So basically, I'm gonna just turn the camera on, introduce yourself, and you do introduce what your label is, and you just kind of talk. If you want to talk a little bit about, just being gay, even, kind of a little coming out, and how, maybe if you grew up and you've always been much more of a tomboy and you do identify as a stud, like how that affected your coming out with your family, how they feel about you being more of a masculine female and not just being a lesbian, but also being like this more masculine portrayed woman. So, that's the basic gist of the documentary. I really, really, really want to get going on it and get a lot more interviews, because I feel like it could really have like a huge impact on not just the gay community, but even on the outside. It's just kind of like an educational thing, so that kind of is a way for people to really understand us, in a sense, because one of the biggest things within the gay community is that if we can't support each other, we're never really going to get support from outside, from straight people, from people who are not allies as of now. So if we are hating on each other due to just a silly label, we're never going to get anywhere. So that's the basic idea of my documentary. Just get at me if you have any ideas, if you know anybody that's interested, if you're interested, whatever. So let me know. Alright then, deuces.